I'm Domenic Roscioli. I live in Adelaide and I make guitars. I've been making guitars for about 26, 27 years. Every guitar I make, I'm trying to make something special. So what I'm trying to put into the guitar is an instrument that has a lot of possibilities. I won't say endless possibilities, but that sort of thing where the sound production that can happen from that is quite mind-blowing, where you'll get a novice player still enjoying playing simple tunes and a very high-level player nuancing on these tiny little things that they can hear and feel and touch and produce. So it's great being able to produce an instrument that can sort of please everyone, you know, and also add into it this sort of sound creation, this spectrum of sound that comes out of that guitar is mine. You know, it's that creation of a spectrum of sound. And it has its own flavour and it has its own. That is partly the wood, but a lot of it has to do with the person that makes it. And I know that because you get a consistency, you get a similar sweetness in all the guitars and a similar nuance, you know, to it. So yeah, it's about that. And then it's also a journey. It's you know, if I've made 230 guitars now, then I'll be talking to you in slightly different terms when I've made 330 and 430. But it'll always be the same thing. It'll be a passion to making an instrument that goes to someone who plays, and you know, and it's really the combination of those two art forms almost. Trying to make the guitar particular for the particular customer is a little difficult unless you know the person really, really well. So in a short space of time, you're trying to think about what sort of sound they might be looking for, what sort of comfort level do they want a neck that's maybe a little bit thinner, a little bit easier to play than the standard classical neck. Those, you know, elevated neck or not an elevated neck. Those sort of things, but generally speaking, you're choosing timber to produce the best tone you can. The fletted design will give you a particular sound, and there's a spectrum of sound and there is variation within that. And so I've sort of developed my own slight variation on that. You get a strong bass, you get a really bright treble, sort of sparkles in the high register, and you get a beautiful sweet mid-range. I like all that in a guitar, so I sort of build that.